Hey guys, kain tayo. Morning sa inyo lahat.
Pero sila doon kanahan yung dragon fruit. Ang dragon na ito? Gatos na. Meron doon, may juice pa. Fresh.
No mga ka-RiDe, bali tapos na kami mag-breakfast. So pupunta na tayo ng Gucci Tunnel. Nandito na rin yung service, ayan. So what lang kayo mga ka-RiDe, gandang umaga sa inyo lahat. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and click the notification bell mga ka-RiDe para sa mga bagong updates ng video. So ayan mga ka-RiDe, pakita ko sa inyo kung right, yung nasa harapan ko park yan at saka market. Papakita ko sa inyo mga ka-RiDe. Yan mga ka-RiDe, yung nasa baba, ano na yan, market na yan, nasa basement. Yan park na yan, basement ang ano.
Kasama daw tayo?
Hindi ko lang alam. (7-Eleven), may Family Mart din dito. So yan, yan yung hotel mga ka-RiDe. Liberty, yan. So papunta na tayo mga ka-RiDe. Gandang araw sa inyo. Enjoy na lang kayo mga ka-RiDe sa panonood.
Good morning everyone. So how are you today?
Good.
All right. So first of all, on behalf of my company, Vietnam Adventure Tours, thank you very much for booking the service from our company. And secondly, I would like to introduce the ones who are gonna do the services on the tour. Number one, the very important man, the driver. His name is Ho. He's gonna do all the driving for on our tour today. All right. And me, you can call me Big Dave. Yeah, or you can call me another nickname is more popular in the girls, handsome. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we're gonna have one day together. So please open your heart and open your mind. Enjoy the tour with me. Okay.
We can call you HD.
Yeah.
We can call you HD.
HT. What does it mean?
Handsome David.
All right. I promise I'm gonna engage in the tour with you. All right.
Okay.
So happy when you walk out. Yes. Vietnamese we call the toilet happy room. All right. And for anybody,
Yes,
he's
sounds
the
like that.
he's the hero of the North Vietnamese. A lot of South Vietnamese we don't really like it. And if I keep telling you more, I got problem. So I stop from here. All right. I'm not a big fan of that. All right. Number two, because the name Saigon reminds us of very good memories about the old days. Have you been to Singapore?
Yes.
Yeah. If you come to Singapore, you're gonna know that the first Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew,
Yeah.
believe it or not, he once said that he hopes someday Singapore gonna be developed as Saigon in 1960s, 60, 70, 80 years ago. Not now. Now Singapore is more developed than the whole Vietnam. Yeah, so we missed that time. We keep calling this one Saigon because why? After we became reunited in 1975, our government, they decided to close ourselves from the world. No trading in and trading out of Vietnam. No. Right? We have to live in that time for more than 15 years, from 1975 to 1990s. We just reopened to the world from 1990 until now, 30 years. And we call that time a budget subsidy. You know budget subsidy? Budget subsidy is a time when the government, they're gonna take care of all your life. No private company allowed to establish. They pay people salary, but not by money. No money at all. They pay by ticket. I'm gonna exchange the ticket for food at the store. So the best job to do at that time was the lady who delivered the food to people. Because why? If she likes you, she's gonna give you more. If she doesn't really like you, she gonna take some food back. Yeah. We have to live in that time for 15 years. That's the reason why we suffer from a very big inflation. Our economy keep growing down like this. All right. We used to be the center of economy of Southeast Asia in 1960, but not in 1970s and 1980s. No. And as a result, our money got too many zeros.
Yeah. I'm a millionaire now.
Yeah, you are a millionaire in Vietnam. Does it confuse you sometimes?
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
No, really?
Yeah.
All right, for anybody who got confused by that, I'm gonna make it easier for you. For example, my biggest Vietnam dong is 500,000 Vietnam dong, right? One number 5 and 5 number 0. You cover up the last 4 0, you're gonna have 50. 50 you dividing for 2, you're gonna have around 25 US dollar in here.
Wow, yeah.
With 25 US dollar or 32 Australian dollars, you're gonna buy around 10 bowls of soup and or 20 cups of coffee in Vietnam. All right, that's the biggest money you can buy in here. And actually the name Saigon came from the French colonialists. French, they came here very early in 19th century and they saw that there were so many cotton trees. Do you know cotton?
Yes.
To make the pillow. There were so many cotton trees in this area, so they named the city after that kind of tree. So Gong in Saigon is cotton in English. So you better understand that Saigon is the place, is the town inside the cotton forest. Yeah. All right. Now you know the name. All right. And number 2, you came here, you see that. Oh my God, people everywhere. How many people are there in Australia? Oh, in Philippines?
In the Philippines, the average population right now is 109 million people.
109
Yeah,
million?
for the whole country.
Yeah, so it's about 28 million.
26.
26 all in Australia. The whole population of Vietnam now is 100.
Oh.
Nearly 100 million people in a very small area. Because why? Actually, the past generation, they love giving birth to children. Number 1, because they are the farmers in the past.
Yes.
When you do the farming, you need more people to help you. Family gonna be the good support. And number 2, because of medical condition, a lot of children, they could not grow up at that time in the past. Number 3, because of the war. We got so many wars. Men, they went to the battlefield for fighting. Only ladies stay home to take care of the parents. So there was a time the rate between the genders in Vietnam is very unbalanced. There was a time Vietnamese men allowed to have more than 2 wives, but not anymore. Now only 1 wife, and 1 is enough.
You don't feel.
Honestly, I could not afford at least 1 right now. And the last reason, because they had no TV. All right, you keep going. We keep going. Can you guess how many people are there just in my city, Ho Chi Minh City or Saigon?
4 million.
4 million, much more, many more than that.
22 million.
20 is not that many. All right. 10. Somebody say 11. Come on, say 11, girl. 11. All right. Now you're gonna have vegetable for your lunch. Yay! Capital now. A lot of people they don't. Hanoi. It's Hanoi. A lot of people if they don't got no more choices, they're not gonna come to Hanoi. All right. Because why? Very, very expensive to live there. Local people, we call this city. We call this city is the city of flowers and tears. Flower for the rich, tears for the poor. They say that, believe it or not, Ho Chi Minh City now is the top most expensive real estate in the world. More than Singapore, a little bit more than Singapore, a little bit less than Hong Kong, than Seoul in Korea, and New York Tokyo and New York in US. Now we are we are the top most expensive.
It's more expensive than Manila.
Manila.
Manila is very
Sure.
expensive.
Sure, more expensive than Manila. I see that report already. Because why? Our government, 5 years ago, they did not have the policy to stop investment.
We have the most expensive electricity bill in Asia.
Actually, we can produce the electricity, so electricity is not a big problem for us. But how about the real estate in the city here? Big problem. Yeah, people they say that for young people like me, from the one who was born after 1990s, we have to save 129 years with the 10 million Vietnam dong salary to buy a house in the city now. Outside of the city, all right, think about that, but inside the city, no way now. So
Is that the
just-
reason why most of the buildings here are slick?
yes, that's the reason why it's thin,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
thin.
very tall. All right.
So
And
what's the average square meter for, let's say, a family
average
of
square
two?
kilometer, square meter for the real estate. It depends on the location, but the average price you have to pay is around 3,000
Let's say for
US
the
dollar.
minimum earner, how much they can get? The average.
Actually, I don't know that, but you can pay at least around 2,000 to 3,000 US dollar for a square meter. It's not much, however, it's not for everybody. To the South Vietnam to establish a puppet government to work for them. With their support, Vietnam finally divided into two parts, and there was no general election at all. One question: why Vietnamese army we defeated the French, but why we still got separated? Because on the table of the meeting, Soviet Union and China, they no longer want to support us anymore at that time. Soviet Union, they were sick of fighting, and China, they lost 1 million Chinese soldiers in Korea War before that. So no more support to Vietnam. On that table, our Vietnam was alone against Cambodia, and they invaded to the south of Vietnam. And have a look on the green line over here. We call this one Ho Chi Minh Trail. How long was the Ho Chi Minh Trail? 3,800 kilometers in the jungle, ladies and gentlemen. It means they have to travel at least 3 months to come to the South Vietnam. A lot of them, they never could come to the south. Because why? They suffer from malaria and sickness of the forest. Furthermore, US government, they knew about Ho Chi Minh Trail. They decided to drop bombs. How many tons of bombs were dropped in my country during the Vietnam War in 20 years? Nearly 8 million tons of bombs were dropped in my country, ladies and gentlemen. More than 3 times the bomb they have dropped in the whole Europe during the World War II. Never, ever, ever fail. The big area, Europe, around 2 million, and that's it. Small country, Vietnam, 8 million tons of bomb. So if you come to Cambodia by situation from the south, my side, after 1955, in the south of Vietnam, we used to have president. Nowadays, we no longer have president. We just have prime minister, the chairman of the country, and that's it. Have a look on the man in the middle. He was the first president of South Vietnam. In my opinion, he was a genius because why? He was very good at making money. That's the reason why Saigon used to be the biggest city of economy of Southeast Asia in 1960. He shared his power to his younger brother. We call him the king in the shadow. You understand me?
Yes.
The real king who hold the power of military and do the killing for his brother. Both of them, they share the power to the lady. She is the sister-in-law of the president. It means she is the wife of the king in the shadow. Alright? We call her Trần Lệ Xuân, or the nickname, the Dragon Lady. When you hear the Dragon Lady, she was so powerful at that time. Three of them, or the Trinity, they was very, very good at running the country. However, they make a biggest mistake. The biggest mistake in 1963, they ran a policy to restrict Buddhism. Because why? They were following Catholic. Do you know Catholic? Catholic is a person who get addicted to cats. Catholic. He was a very old and respectful monk. One day he came to the center of Saigon in front of Cambodia embassy. He sat down and practiced meditation. His student went around him and poured a gasoline on him and then set himself on fire. This picture was famous around the world until now. At that time, after he died, civilian of Saigon, we were not very angry. We angry but not very aggressive. However, the dragon lady here, she went to the media, the newspaper. She was talking, oh my God, look at the Buddhist monks. They kept setting themselves on fire just like barbecue. And let them burn, I will supply more gasoline. When you do political, never ever touch religion. Yeah. After her speech on the media, oh my God, citizens of Saigon, they were angry. They ran protests everywhere, in every corner of Saigon at that time. So, U.S. government, they said, no, we no longer need this president anymore. So they turned the green light of a coup. Do you know coup?
Yes.
C-O-U-P.
Yes.
It means they invest money for another person to work for them. They no longer need this president. So the first president of South government was murdered by CIA in a US tank. You see that? At the beginning, they invest money, things for him to work for them, but later they killed him like he nothing to them. You're gonna see the very colorful part. I'm gonna tell you the detail when we come there. But have a look on this map. The map of bombings in Vietnam. Oh my God. It's just like we got 250 nuclear bombs in the whole Vietnam. So if your bomb still being looking for in some area until now. So the U.S. government, they decided to withdraw out of Vietnam in 1973. Because why? They said that they lost so much money and so many human lives in the Vietnam War already. It's the time to stop. So they get out of the Vietnam. South government, they keep fighting, but without the support from the U.S. side, they get weaker and weaker year by year. 2 years later, on 30th of April in 1975, the communism, they smashed the Independence Palace in the downtown of Saigon. If you have time, please go there. You don't need the tour guide to go there. You can buy the ticket by yourself, and they got audio for you to explain. It used to be the office of South government president. All right, they get into the palace. They took out the flag of the South government and put on their flag. Since then, we became reunited. Nowadays, only one Vietnam. No the North, no the South. All right, we're following one party, Communism Party. After that, was the end for us? No. We have to fight against the Khmer Rouge. You know Khmer Rouge?
Yes.
Pol Pot. From 1976 to 1979. And after that, the war with China again. What? China support us. But after that, they would like to have more later.
So yun mga ka-RiDe, first stop. Tingnan natin yung mga ano nila.
Yeah. This is eggshell. Natural duck egg is white color. We burn it. We burn it to get round black yellow. We drawing by hand. Then she bends in the lacquer oil from lacquer tree resin mixed with cashew oil. After that, she put eggshell one by one on the lacquer. She got the little knife wool carving the long red. It's more detailed like this. We do the heads of the girl from seashell, mother of pearl, seashell. This from duck egg. And this hand painting colorful, bicycle girl and two girl. Some people they get set of two, then they hand up and down on the wall. Material, rosewood, the strong wood in Vietnam. Finish, we make the hook here for your hand on the wall. Oh, look. Where you from? Where you?
From
where-
Philippines.
Philippines.
Family?
Yeah. Ito dito ka.
You from India? This is mother of pearl seashell, we take from the sea. The real mother of pearl got the rainbow color shiny. He cutting by hand saw. It different in the market because they use white plastic, not shiny like it. So this is the original model, got the rainbow color inside, not on the top. Then they shiny. Yeah. He cutting and we inline. Like it. The mother of pearl inlay. Next step we painting blue color or red color. Daytime, nighttime. More beautiful. One girl extra already. This girl still empty. They will put red girl, blue girl, yellow girl, pink girl, one girl colorful. One person, one girl. The picture here, picture two, the picture here, the picture not in the Africa. They're working here for charity. Garlic thing. Garlic, we will buy water. Lecture on the top and then you water garlic. We have many factories to take care of the handicapped worker, not only one. And quality, we guarantee forever when you do it. Look at background work garlic, so very beautiful. After finish, we do the hook for your hand on the wall, or you can get the stand on the stand. We don't sell outside. Got the Mongari here, money for charity support handicapped people. Take a look inside and you can buy something for them. Thank you. We go this way. Với một ông lẻ.
Oh, gaganda. Beautiful.